My dear students, hope you have completed the preparations. I just want to, you know, tell you we have. I have given you all the important topics to be studied for sure, and few more things, to reinforce. One is perspectives of change. You should learn. That is cultural perspective, political perspective, strategic design perspective, etc. So those things you should study well. Then about cultural change, steps in changing the culture, how to create and maintain organization culture. Those aspects you should learn. Learning organization is a very important area. Peter Saint's features of learning organization you should learn, and the basic framework of change management. That means what are the forces of change, what are the two types of resistance to the change, then sources of resistance to the change, then change models, Kurt-Lewin's Kotter's model, 7S model, etc. So those models you should learn. Then how to manage resistance. Okay, if you learn these things, you will find a lot of questions and you may slightly get confused what to answer, how to answer. And if you are confused in at any of the questions, take one framework. Okay, for example, what are the approaches to change management? We have already given you those approaches. Or what are the challenges of change? So how to manage the resistance. Okay, the type of resistance can be highlighted as a challenge at the change implementation. Okay, so you be confident, take one framework and explain that answer within that framework. Okay, so every dimension of a change you should learn, and you should learn OD process, very important. OD process. Then you should learn different OD techniques, very important. Then different types of interventions, HR intervention, strategic intervention, all those things you should learn, very important. Then systems approach, very important. Then steps in OD steps, very important. Okay, then finally in the fifth module, different approaches, very important. So this area you must cover. After completing all the areas in first level and second level, third level you should look at these areas and prepare these areas very well. And I just want to tell you one area. You might have come across a topic called parallel organization. Okay, parallel organization is a organization that evolved within the organization. Traditional structural organizational structure, it will remain intact, but another group who are sharing some common interest, who have a capacity to contribute specifically to a particular objective, may come together and form a organization to execute a particular goal. Okay, so that is called a parallel organization. For example, you want to implement a change, and there are a team of people who have shown specific interest in implementing this change. Okay, so here it will be a highly involved group because they have come together because they have an interest in it and they have a specific capability to contribute in attaining this particular goal. Okay, so they are called parallel organization. So the organization is there in the organization, that is our traditional hierarchical organization structure, it is there. Along with that, there is a parallel organization which is formed, okay, which is formally formed. It is not informal, formally formed, but may not have a traditional hierarchical structure. But this particular group is a high involvement group, formed to achieve a specific objective. And these parallel organization has got a relevance in connection with the change implementation, because when you think of implementing a particular change in an organization, these kind of people who have specific skills to contribute and they have an interest to do, they come together, form a parallel organization to execute that change. That is parallel organization. Okay, you may get a 2-mark question on parallel organization. So keep it in your mind, and it is there in the 5th module. And I have given you a syllabus of SJB 80, and it is there in their last part. Parallel organization is there. Have this idea, read that part once again, and it will be clear. Okay, so all the best. I am trying to give one more video about the perspectives of change in brief, that you will get shortly. Thank you.